20th.
Depends on when Chris Smith is presenting.
Okay, good afternoon. I'll call this special meeting of the Kent Board of Selectmen to order on March 20th at 3:05. And our agenda is hopeful approval of a budget document and the 5-year capital plan document to send on to the Board of Finance on the 26th. So pick the easy one first. At our last meeting, we made one change to the 5-year capital plan, and that's reflected in the document that we're working with today. It's one dated 3/15/2019 is the date at the bottom from the treasurer. And what we changed there was moving the 345 that was for Botsford Road under 2024, moving it out 1 year to 2025. Which changed the two bottom lines as reflected on this document, which I think and hope will be more satisfactory to the Board of Finance. So I would move to adopt the 5-year capital plan as modified per our last meeting and dated 3/15/2019.
I'll second that.
And before we vote, I should have noted first, we are holding this meeting minus Selectman Jeff Parkin, who could not be here today, but he has chimed in via email. Thanks for the reminder, leaving today at 1. I have no comments on the budget package from Barbara. Seems to accommodate our effort in the past couple of months. I might even be able to watch the stream, so he is aware this meeting's going on, and he is in agreement with what we are working with today. So having said that, any further discussion on the capital?
Just one question, and this is more just for historic perspective. At some point where we have streetscape as a standalone,
That's now called
sidewalk replacement.
Yes.
I would like to at least, and we don't have to make a change in this budget, but at least put that under the either it's bridges or roads or something under the purview of the our town crew. Because long term, we're going to, when we get them or what we get, we're still going to have to maintain them.
But yes, we are. You're right.
Okay. So I don't know if this actually handles it, but no, I think at one point, at some point, I'd like to see it in relationship to bridges and roads.
Okay.
This, you know what I mean?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
The funds that are here and 80,000 remains. That's why the slash is through the 100.
Yep.
Allocated number 20 to go towards the survey. This money will be expended as part of the project, assuming the project ultimately gets started. So this won't be an ongoing maintenance line.
Well, it might be a maintenance line, but it also, if indeed it doesn't pass, we might have to think about how to do that. So
yeah,
that's all. Okay.
No change right now, though.
Nope.
Okay. So all those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, the second order of business is the budget, which we went through pretty carefully and I think quite successfully at our last meeting. This is a budget document. Thank you very much, Barbara, for this most recent version, dated 3/15/2019, 5:46 p.m. It does reflect all of the changes that were voted upon at our last meeting, along with a couple of other just updates. It shows a 7.8% increase, and because we've voted on all of this already, I would make a motion to adopt this budget for transmittal to the Board of Finance as it stands right now.
I second that. Discussion. Two questions. Health insurance, is this the number we are looking at?
Good question.
Are we looking at a 17% increase?
This budget, I believe, reflects an 18.3% increase, and hopefully that's been what's been in it all along. Barbara, correct me if I'm wrong. That's the number you used right from the beginning.
Yes, it's on the bottom of the second page there.
Yeah.
It's 18.
We are in discussion with our health insurance broker about bringing that down. They're in the process of gathering numbers from 2 different companies besides the one that we presently have our health insurance through. giving them some talking points, ammunition, call it what you will, to go back to Aetna, who's our present provider, to bring their
And presently, how many are in that pool? Because hasn't it
Presently-
dropped significantly
Well, presently, the size of the pool shrunk significantly last year. When all of the teachers of Region 1, I believe all of them went to the state plan.
And
So this covers the municipal employees of Kent, Sharon, and Salisbury. So it's about
30
35.
people.
35 people.
So, okay, that's one component of it. And I think just going forward, it would be great if this would come down, but maybe I would like to see how we're tracking and how the switch went for the people last year, to see if that's something that we want to.
The switch, there were 2 switches made last year, and chime in here, Joyce, is my insurance guru if I say something inaccurate. One switch was the teachers leaving for the state plan, and I've heard mixed reviews about how Kent's teachers and others in the region feel about that.
Okay.
The other switch was we here in Town Hall, as well as the other 2 aforementioned town halls, went from the Aetna plan that we had for years to the Aetna Value Plus plan, which was a bit less expensive. Coverage, I have it and I've seen no differences. I personally have no issues in it. I have not heard from anybody else, positive or negative, about their feelings about it. So,
Okay, well, I made this comment last year and I'll make it again this year. I will support this proposed health plan by cost, but I think that it's something that we really should jump on right after this to sit down and make sure that we're getting the best plan for people. And
well, I agree with you, and I think my hope is that before this gets to a town meeting, that there will be a reduction in this.
yeah, that's great. It's just, again, not knowing a lot about insurance, but just knowing 35 people being covered is probably a harder, more expensive component, and it would, we've gone through this year in and year out, at least the few years that I've been here, is this 20%, 23%, and it knocks down. So anyway, that's just one point.
Joyce, anything I left out insurance related that you feel? No? Okay, go ahead.
And then the only other question I had was in the zoning department, land use department, there was a request last year for a machine that was going to be shared between that, and where did we, I saw that we have mapping in here for 1,000, is it?
Yeah, that mapping is different than copying.
It is different, okay, so you don't need, or you're not proposing that copier then?
No, that mapping is the mapping that HVA does for us.
Okay, so I get that, but I'm asking, you had a proposal last year for the machine, is there a reason why we're not doing it this year?
We are doing it this year, it's ordered, we're waiting for it to be delivered.
Oh, okay, I'm corrected, thank you.
Good answer.
Good, all right, that's all I had on that.
Okay. Motion's on the floor, been seconded, to adopt this, to bring this budget to the Board of Finance. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? None? The end. Motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Thank you, everybody.